are listening to Blues on the Hill. You're with Baz. My studio guest is Joe Camilleri. We are showcasing Certified Blue, and in between just chatting to Joe about lots of stuff, really.
Stuff.
Yeah, just stuff. We're talking about touring. We talked about Blues Fest.
Yeah.
After that, you nicked off to Norway,
Yeah.
was it? What happened
yeah.
there? How did that come
Well,
about?
I just got it. Norway was a really big territory for us as far as we had that massive hit with the Chosen Ones, which I call the Frozen Buns. But we had this massive hit in Scandinavia with that, and I think we went there 7 times in 18 months or something, playing really big shows. And then just out of the blue, they asked us if we would come and do this festival in Trondheim. So I had 1 week. It was 1 week in between the next gig, right? So I had 3 shows, and we played the Rockefeller in Oslo, and then did 2 shows in Trondheim, and then came back, and then I started this 20-day tour. All within 5 days. So we flew in, did the show on the same night, flew out, flew to Trondheim, did the show on the same night, did those 3 shows and flew out, basically. And it was incredible amount of fun.
Yeah.
And I owe all that to my man Friday. So a shout goes out to her. It was just reconnecting with people, and since then we've just been released in this record's just been released in 6 countries: Poland, Norway, Sweden, Germany, a couple of other places, which is it's amazing how people, if they kind of like what you do, that all of a sudden things just change again, And this is a really good version of the band, by the way. This is, for me, there's only been about 3 versions of it that I've really been connected with, really, which is the first one, and that had Wayne Byrne in it. And, for me, Wayne Byrne's the real deal. And he's a great songwriter, and a great singer, and great guitar player. And then there was the one with the Bull Sisters, that was, which is probably the biggest version. And this version, to me, is what I have now. It's elastic, it's flexible, it can do all kinds of different things, and it does them really well. And we like sort of being in the same car. And
That's important.
That is, can I tell you how important that is? Because you do a lot of travelling, and you can have a laugh, and you're well on your way. You're there for the music, and you're there for the company, and when you play overseas, there's one thing that happens. All of a sudden you realise what sort of family you are, because you have to look after each other. You have a connection and a commitment, and something happens sometimes, because you get to understand each other in a different way, and you look after each other, and it's kind of a really nice thing.
Absolutely, wonderful. Now the reviews for this CD, like the word masterpiece is getting floated around. Like,
really,
you must be impressed, but like 4 or 5 stars. Just people are pretty.
Well, thank you for that.
They're loving this music.
I appreciate that. I always believe that your next one is the one. It's just around the corner. It's just if I can just hold in, if I can just stay straight, if I can just find that missing chord, whatever it is,
Yeah.
And will I sell it? Will I buy it off the devil? I don't know, but it's just you just put them out there. I felt really nice when I was making this record. I felt this was the band that made the record. It's real. Everything is real. There's not.
It has that feel. I mean, when you hear it, you hear the joy. You hear people enjoying the music. Musicians just loving what they're doing, and it shines through.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that, and I really think that that's true. There was no I mean, you're always going to hit a brick wall every now and then, you know, because there's that thing about recording, and there's that thing about dissecting it. You know, when you're playing, you're not dissecting anything. You just kind of walk off stage, and if you have a blinder, you're so happy, you know.
Yeah.
And there's not much in it between having, you know, like walking away, you know, with your tail between your legs, and you think you've just got your ass kicked from here to Jerusalem, where or else you're on this wonderful high and say, you know, this is what I signed up for.
All right, let's do a bit more live because we're running out of time. We're going to do a bit of a medley, just going to muck around.
I'll do this one. We do this live, but I've never done it on my own. After in the kitchen.
And what is it? What are we doing?
The Return of the Voodoo Sheets. Round about this time of the year, there's a blood red and a raven a tear. Souls are escaping from the jaws of hell. Now only one air can break the spell. Werewolves howling, grown man weep. The mamas can't put their babies to sleep. Lightning cracks and thunder roll. Zombies crawling out of their holes. Into the skies with a common shriek. All hail the return of the voodoo sheep. Well, it ain't no secret, but it has to be said. On one antidote for the living dead. I swing and stick around from them days. But those who drop back in their place. Into the skies with a common tree. All hail the return of the voodoo sheep. Who can resist that jungle beat? Deep inside you feel the heat. Something tries to keep you strong. You ain't felt for so darn long. Screaming out to the heavens above. Come on, girl, don't bring us love. Come on, girl, go that home. Set me free, I've been reborn. Yeah.
Beautiful
My glasses
stuff.
keep coming off.
Ah.
I can't see a thing without them. Here's, shall I do another little bit?
Yeah, why not?
This is kind of this was actually the first song that me and Nick put together for the Certified Blue, and it's called "Call Me a Fool." Call me a fool. I just stood there watching you wave goodbye as I fitful train huddled on down that lane. Seems like yesterday. You look into my eyes and say, baby, I'm this hand. I saw the bitter end and the ticket you had in your hand. Well, time goes by with every little game you play, and we get wiser each and every day. If those words ring so true, why does my world go blue every keeps you close, dancing with you through the night. All the things we used to do, he does them with you. All the little things we used to do, he does with you. Need that cold moonlight.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Glasses.
Absolutely, very. This is a taste of what you'll get if you. That we want to. The studio audience. The studio audience is going berserk here. That's just a taste of this CD. As I said, it's got everything on it. It's got rock, blues, folk, country. Call it what you like. It's just wonderful music from a wonderful musician. Now let's talk about you've been doing this for so long. How do you keep the motivation? What motivates you? What keeps you going?
Well, I'll tell you what's keeping me going is in the kitchen. You know, today, sometimes Nick gives you a cold, my buddy Nick Smith gives me a cold lyric, and I'm trying to find a way into that, you know. So I've spent, you know, I rang him up today and said, this has got me by the shirt and curlies. I cannot find a way into this song. I cannot find it. And I got off the phone and I had another crack at it this afternoon, you know, just trying to work out. And then I found a way in. And I haven't quite got it together yet, but that's what motivates me. It's kind of what we're doing, you know, what's going to happen in the future. And so there's a time for recording, a time for writing songs, a time for all these different things that you need to do, you know. So if you've got a little gem that you think is worth finishing, it's kind of exciting. No, you got to want to do these things, you know. And when I'm playing, you know, all that stuff is forgotten. I'm only interested in that, you know. So there's all these really beautiful things that you can have, but there's nothing nicer than writing a song. And somewhere down the track, maybe 2 years down the track, or, you know, like something like when Harley and Rose come out, or Change of Them, people are singing it, and they're singing this back to you, and it's a wonderful moment. You know, you don't get that very often, and when it does happen, you know, every good song that you write is worth it. You know, so you always want to have a fistful of songs, and you know, obviously we're sort of moving into our next record.
That's right. You're on your 46th already, aren't you?
Well, I've nearly finished that. There's another record. Which is my. I haven't got a title for this record, but it's a whole bunch of songs written by some of my favourite artists have now sort of departed, and I thought that would be a nice thing to do, keep the songs alive, so I've been doing that. That's nearly finished. So that'll be my 46th, and then this new record that me and Nick are writing at the moment will be also, that'll happen sometime in early next year probably. But I'll finish this Untitled album next couple of months.
Incredible. Absolutely wonderful. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. Thank you so much,
Oh, thank
Joe.
you, really. I'm sorry about my guitar playing.
No, it's an absolute pleasure to have you in the studio, and thank you for being part of Blues on the Hill.